다 공다 양아
skilled workers immigration programs for nurses and others. Does it relate to everyone? I would like to talk about a subject that I brought up earlier. I spoke about mobility and seasonal migration opportunities that could fuel our economy and foster self-reliance. It might have led to the questions of how we can do it and how could it work. I have personally studied as much as I could about seasonal work visa to Canada, mass work visa to New Zealand, work permit related opportunities to Israel, etc. As we all know, we had batches of Tibetans from all the settlements go to Israel under a student training visa, whereas there are work visa too with more benefits. Israel, I believe, is a great opportunity as Israeli Jews are a much advanced group who are mostly settled in other countries and just have their dependents staying in the country that can use thousands of workers and caretakers. Regular work permit in Israel could mean a salary of about 1 lakh Indian rupees and be entitled for about 14 days of holiday a year with the round trip coverage. So I'm not just saying we can do this and that without trying to understand it first. I personally tried my part to get the young people in our community to make use of such opportunities. Last year, I organized a free seminar on opportunities for the Tibetan nurses to work in Canada. I advertised the opportunity and was immediately attacked by unfounded and negative criticism, not from anyone but from a few personnel in our exiled parliament and cabinet with a very dismissive attitude who did not think it worth reviewing and came flying with their allegations and labeling. The matter has since settled as it is a real and legitimate opportunity as proven by careful examinations by all concerned. The reason I say Tibetan nurses have good opportunity is because of the few facts like how the Indians, as we know, aspires to be doctors and engineers more than nurses, and whatever there is, are all well employed in multiple multi-specialty hospitals in India with various associations backing them up and other benefits. And those who wishes to work abroad under such opportunities does that and gets it because they are aware of such avenues. Canada as a country has an aged population and an uneven skill set. It faces shortage of nurses and hence invites already qualified nurses from other countries with minimal paperwork and other criteria. It benefits the country as it has no hands in the training and education of these professionals, but gets to reap the benefits of their skill set for almost nothing. Productivity-wise, there are two types of citizens in Canada or any other country. One that works hard and pays tax, and others who are on welfare for any reason and doesn't have to pay tax. Nurse is one of the most reliable taxpayer and is economically beneficial. Nurses from countries like England, Australia, or any other European countries will not apply for such opportunities as they are economically similar or better off. Asian countries, on the other hand, apply and gets work visa in such quotas, especially countries like Philippines and Singapore. We Tibetan, although we have the yellow book or IC, we don't get as many opportunities except in cases with strong official recommendations from Tibetan government in exile or for educational purposes. But there are few in our community who knows about such work opportunities and have made use of it years ago. So when it comes to applying for any visa, irrespective of how well spoken or decked up a Tibetan applicant is, we are still a refugee against, for example, an Indian who does not speak English at all and is wearing a simple dhoti. The fact that they own certain land area and is a citizen of a free country ensures that they get visas more easily. What I mean to say is, since the opportunity I mentioned about is Canada's government quotas for nurses, the Tibetan nurses are equally capable and eligible like the nurses from Philippines, Singapore, or any other countries. For example, when we Tibetan sweater sellers look for help or worker, we don't differentiate between a Tibetan, an Indian, or Nepali as long as it is someone who works as we need their service. Therefore, I, in collaboration with an immigration consultant here in New Delhi and a Montreal-based immigration law firm held seminar in April 2014 to educate Tibetan nurses about such opportunities. The team has earlier written to Canada High Commission inquiring about acceptance of IC and have received a reply in affirmation or a positive response. So after we advertised about the opportunity, about 700 nurses inquired and most of them showed up at the free seminar held. But because of the unfounded warnings and deterrent messages passed on social media by few, it caused widespread skepticism and many backed out in fear. And that's a huge loss to the individual nurses and a discouragement to anybody trying to find out ways for the youngsters in our society. Yet people are beginning to realize that it is true that there are such programs that we can apply for legally. I have similarly done full-fledged research on my part about other seasonal work permit, caregiver, visa, skilled trade workers program, etc. that I would, given an opportunity, discuss it further to see how we can make best use of such opportunities legally. Thank you for your time.